after this one, but XP, it's gonna be. I'm excited. It is day one of week 3. It's everything on the line. This is what we're coming down to see who is going to be crowned the top 3 teams and which 4 teams. Unfortunately, we'll have to call it a day. We have 4 days of action ahead of you guys. That's 20 games remaining to be played. I think my math is right. Yeah, 20 games remaining to be played. This is going to be one hell of a day, or rather, one hell of a week.
And absolutely, and have a look at the zone. We've already got the zone on our screen. It's going to be pretty much central as far as the plane path was concerned, going south to north, as we saw earlier towards Yesnaya. And now a couple of things that I'm going to point out right at the beginning. Of course, we've already mentioned that Team Tamlas, they have a little bit of a roster change. Maxi is coming in instead of Manti OP. And Fnatic are going with what we've been seeing from them so far. Frankie is not going to be a part of today's game thus far. It is going to be Ash, OS, Ronak, and Scout. Again, going back to that, what they had going in week 1 and about half of week 2. Do you think it's going to be a little detrimental, so to speak? Because we did see these boys put up quite a fight in the last couple of days.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't put up a fight, right? But at this point, it's not about just putting up a fight. Now it's not about, they tried so hard and they came so close. It's none of that. It's more about what is going on over there. By the way, is that Orange Rock's player down on the ground, or is that just a bug?
Oh, I think that's a man down. That is a man down early on, and he was riding that bike with the sidecar.
Can you not spot him? Can you not spot him?
Maybe he's thinking that he's crawled his way across, but he is there. This is going to be slightly confusing, but because I do believe that he was knocked out from that vehicle, and Wadu might
he can't find
him.
I mean, it's done for though, right? There's no one nearby. I just want to point out a really cool thing. We can see the photos.
Maybe it's all camouflage. Is that it? Or do we have some new skins that are out right now that just completely hide the player? He's in a bush. He is in a bush, I do believe. So that is something that is going to help him out. I think Wadu is going to make sure that he does find the final. He finds the guy and ends his misery. He should be put out of his misery, but I think Daljit is going to be the first casualty of this game.
And now Wadu realizes that. There he was. He just sees a little bit of plume of the smoke there, and he's going to get. That's unfortunate. It's very, very unfortunate start for Orange Rock early on. I know his teammates were nearby. I do wonder what really went down there, but. A little bit of the production upgrade. I like to see the players. I like to see the photos of the players. Obviously, some of the teams are lesser known than the others, and I do believe it's nice to be able to put a face to the name, right? I think it's pretty cool because most of these guys don't necessarily look like the characters.
Absolutely, and the thing is, a lot of these players, especially the more well-known ones, should I say, are on various platforms streaming, and we're kind of accustomed to know what they look like. Everybody has their pretty face on display, and it's nice. I mean, it's like a big boost for these boys to, you can showcase your skills and you can showcase those good looks. And we have, of course, OR Mavi. Orange Rock reduced to a 3-man squad right at the beginning. Something uncharacteristic. I just put an extra istic at the end. For the boys from Orange Rock, because I think I'm just too amped up right now. I'm kind of surprised that Orange Rock actually lost a member, because they are known to remain a 4-man squad right up until the second or the third last zone, and then deliver all that pain.
I'm obviously we did see the map there for a second, but I'm more curious about whether Soul and Fnatic are going to get into an early skirmish here. But right now, though, it looks like it's going to be a little bit of a, not necessarily stalemate, but a little bit of a quiet start to the game. Orange Rock losing a player early on, but considering the lead they have, and I do believe that pretty much, as long as they don't completely crap the bed, pardon my crudeness, I think they should pretty much ensure that they do manage to, at the very least, get a top 3 placing. 457 points. The first team to crack the 400 barrier, and even I do believe the first team to potentially have cracked the 300 as well. A total damage of 34,270 points of damage, 171 kills. They have been nigh unstoppable. The only team who have presented a challenge to them are these guys you can see over there. TSM Entity, 435 points, just trailing by almost 20 points. That's about it. A total damage of 38,194 kills. That is grotesque.
I mean, just 6 shy of the 200 mark. That is something that they've really built their reputation on, that these guys go out for the kills. And of course, talking about kill reputations, we have Mega Stars, a few numbers to throw your way. Fourth position, I think they do stand at 340 points, so that means there's a considerable lead, 12 to be exact, as far as Orange Rock is concerned. So they have a lot of catching up to do. But again, maybe if they play their cards right, we can actually see something from these boys. And Swag over here, well, I mean, you can already see his picture. He does ooze swag right now. But we were just talking about TSM Entity a little earlier. I mean, Blade, they are going for those high frags. I mean, those guys are not shying away from picking a fight. And if you remember, we saw something, literally, it was like as the gods themselves, forget Thor, it was like Odin himself came down, possessed Z-God. He does have a god in his name. And that squad wipe on Orange Rock to turn the tables was something that, people sing ballads about years later, and I wonder if something of the sort is going to happen today.
Toss a coin to your wrong show. Wrong show. It's completely different. It's not that. But we do have. I agree with you. Like, some of these players have really been popping up. And Fnatic, despite a disastrous start to their campaign, they were looking rough. Then we had the announcement that this would be the final time that we're going to be seeing this particular roster flying the orange and black flag high. Despite that, they seem to be keen to go out on a high note. They're looking pretty solid right now. It's just that, and they had a great. I think Team Soul had a great time on day 4. Fnatic kind of dropped off a little bit on day 4, but if they'd had a good day 4 of week 2, that is, they could potentially have been on the 4th or 5th place. I think the biggest disappointment was Team 4 and 5, this Megason Synergy, weren't playing the final day, or rather the final 4 games. And that was a golden opportunity for Fnatic to kind of leapfrog over them. And that was an opportunity they unfortunately let slip from their hands.
I think you're absolutely right. Fnatic, Powerhouse, all these boys, they had an opportunity to, kind of leapfrog the opposition. But, I mean, they had a bad day. I mean, I'm just going to chalk it up to that. But Soul at the end, Soul kind of surprised me on the last day, because consistently they placed top 5 in almost all the matches. Point number 1. They walked away with a chicken dinner and, of course, what is now known to be their favorite map, Sanhok. And since we are playing 2 Sanhok today, maybe they might capitalize on that and, put up a really good show. And if they do that, I'm pretty sure everyone's going to be thinking that, all right, these boys are ready for the grand finale, which, of course, is kind of like, as we mentioned earlier, all the points are reset. So it's like you clean the slate clean, and you never know, they might just carry that momentum forward and come out with a win. But the Celts over here, we saw a lot from them in the first week. We thought that these guys are going to be gunning a little hard, but they kind of fell off towards the end there, don't you think?
Yeah, and same could be said for Deadeye's guy, like you mentioned earlier, right? I mean, these are a couple of teams. John Mara were looking potentially dangerous as well, but they seem to have fallen off at the moment. And what's dangerous right now is for INES have a chance, but I feel like for Team Hype, John Mara and Deadeye's guy, it's gonna be, you know how we talk about an uphill battle? Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're climbing a volcano and it's spewing lava. That's a problem right now for them, as we do see a little bit of a skirmish breaking out. Sonim from John Mara getting spotted out, and Evil Eye from INES trying to take them down. And right now, I wouldn't be surprised. Obviously, they don't know which team they're facing off against, but I'm very interested in this battle of the bottom few teams here. We have Deadeye's guy, John Mara, Hype, INES. A little bit above them, not too much of a difference, mind you, is Celts and Team Tumblers, and of course Team Extreme. Now, that's about 7 teams are named right there. Out of these, 4 of them are going to be knocked out of the tournament, and they're not going to have a chance in the final stage. So that's a lot on the line, as we're going to be jumping in straight into this one, XP. It's going to be Fnatic, and they're going to be pushing towards Celts. You took their name, and you have cursed them. Indeed, Ash going to finish off Ultron, and with that, Celts are down to 3 members as the members of Fnatic. They're just hounding them down. MJ's caught out in the open. He can't even moonwalk his way back to safety. A trade does come in as a knock has happened, as Ronix is down on his knees, but Rox, he can't get the trade. He's stuck behind the house, the teammate on top, and he should be very wary of getting pinned at Scout, and Ash just pushing in. They're just storming the house, a SWAT team ready to rumble, and this is not looking good whatsoever for Celts.
They've got to be careful because we do have a couple of other squads lurking in the distance. That grenade by Ash can actually do a lot of damage. Ronak still knocked out at the other side of this compound. I wonder if a push is going to come through because they are going to be wary of the fact that, they're going to be holding their angles up top, especially in and around the staircase right over here. Scout OP might be leading the charge, but like I said, they've got to be careful. We have two teams actually lurking behind them. I did see Jean Mara and I saw Megastars. Forget about that though. Atanki has been knocked out with the grenade. Rox is the last man standing. He does initiate that revive for his teammate. A little bit of firing, but that grenade from Ois comes in and seals the deal. And with that, the first team to be eliminated are going to be the boys from Cells. I do apologize for taking their name. Maybe I'm just going to stop saying that altogether.
No,
Again,
please,
the cast is cursed. The cast is cursed.
What's the next team you want to talk about?
I mean, all I'm going to do is I'm going to just name out all the teams right now, so nobody can point fingers at me later on.
All right. Well, there you have it. We have Fnatic winning that opening fight, and Gurkha, a man who is good. He was good in his clutch positions, but doesn't seem to be very comfortable in vehicles.
Well,
he's going to be.
I'll tell you one thing. That was in a vehicle. Forget that. Like you said, that he can actually take on entire squads on his own, but you cannot hide from the PUBG gods, especially when that red zone comes into play, my dear friend.
Oh yes, indeed it is. It is indeed red zone. Man, listen, it's hard it's hard enough. It's hard enough that you have like teams like Fnatic, Orange Rocks, people like Vexy running around and just aimbotting you left, right, and center, and then you have bombs dropping on you as well. It's not fun. It's not fun to be a player in this game. But here we go. Circle. That's interesting. It's smack on Yasnaya. And who do we have sitting inside of Yasnaya? Smack in the center of the circle is, of course, going to be none other, the TSM entity. And they are going to be feeling very, very comfortable at the moment. They're not exactly smack in the center, but they're in a very, very safe zone. And they're going to be not really getting pushed out anytime soon here. So this is a pretty good start for a TSM entity. They haven't really seen much action yet, but you don't really have to.
Like a horde of buffalo right now. I'm just looking at the map. There's a massive migration happening towards Yasnaya. Of course, every team is going to try and pick out their favorite spots. Meanwhile, we find the dude, the Lebowski, trying to get a few shots off on Dead Eyes Guy. And he has lost his little bit of a element of surprise that he had. So he's got to back off. And we find Dead from Synergy. Again, Synergy have been raking in all the kills. Not a lot of victories, chicken dinners for them, but these boys have been playing super, super consistent. And again, a good day for them might actually put them up in a position to, reach that top 3 spot. You never know. One good game can actually define the future of one of these teams, because if you talk about Orange Rock and Godlike, for example, only 22 points separate them. So I'm pretty sure everyone is going to be firing on all cylinders. Meanwhile, we find the boys from Marcus Gaming. Oh, Orange Rock at one end, Dead Eyes Guy at the other. And I do believe Synergy is not too far in the fray as well.
This is where you say you're stuck between an orange rock in a hard place. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I apologize.
You went with it? All right.
I apologize for that. That was terrible. But I had to say it just for the memes. We do have Orange Rock losing Daljit early on. That's definitely not going to help their odds. But when you're Orange Rock, I kind of feel like you're allowed to have a couple of rough games, right? You're allowed to not really...
I mean, you've got to have a handicap.
You gotta have a handicap, yeah. like even with Orange Rock on 3-0, what are you doing, Mavi? What are you doing? Get out of there! Get out of there! Accelerate! Oh, he's done it.
Activate his boosters. Viru gets knocked out. Mavi has made it to safety, and the last, remember, from OR is going to scatter like the wind to the right, and Anto is getting out of there. He is not going to be a part of that. He doesn't want to have to do anything to do with it, and Mavi does get knocked out by Shifu, sir. Shifu, all that training coming into effect, and looks like Mega is going to be the one who are going to steal the kill. Mega Stars have opened up their kill tally with the... I mean, essentially, can I call it a kill steal? But again, a kill is a kill, and
listen. I don't get what kill steals are, man. You get a kill, you get the kill.
You get a kill.
Like,
simple as that.
I'm one who lives with that, and with this, Orange Rock, the first Daljit getting taken on early on. Completely understandable. It was unfortunate. It happens, right? That was just I didn't get it. I didn't get it. Why do you want to drive through a cluster?
Exactly. What was he thinking there? And we know that Mavi, he may not be the flashiest of shooters, but he is definitely the one with the biggest brain walking around in the fields of Erangel right now. And that was something that you wouldn't really see from him. But OR are down to a one-man army in the form of Antos. They're going to have their work cut out for them. And I think DSM, finally, they are out of the zone. The zone has taken another drastic shift. We are now coming to the southeast, where we do have INES, who are going to be perpetually in the most comfortable position. Meanwhile, Jean Mara is taking on Fnatic, and Fnatic does get a knock on a member of Jean Mara. We're going to have to wait and watch and see what happens later. But again, Fnatic, these boys, I think the only thing that is lacking over here is that little bit of communication. And as far as teamwork goes, if they fill in the blanks over there, they can be a force to be reckoned with.
I mean that is something that. Oh, okay, hold on. Let's hold on to that. Mumba, that nade is just brilliant from Ponce. He just completely destroyed them. Speaking of destroyed, Destro joining in the party as well. That is absolute utter annihilation coming in, and that's going to be the second team rather, getting knocked out here. As I'm not even sure which was the first team to get wiped. Oh, actually, yeah, it was Fnatic knocking out. And look at that. That's a stunt. That's a stunt right there. As can he make his escape? Yes, he will. Ronak, unfortunately, not able to get the kill. A Slayer from IND drops a player from Seoul. And I was saying that Raven might have survived, but no. He's going to be taken down. Max Cash and Shadow laying down the pain. Two players on their knees crawling around. Those jeans are going to get real dirty in that grass. And here comes a push coming up on top. This is looking rough. Seoul are no more. They get destroyed, annihilated. Not expecting that push coming from Team IND. And that is a massive win indeed. In the meantime, IND have lost a player.
Oh my goodness.
That was far away. Synergy, all four alive though, and that's a dangerous thing as well. This is just chaotic, and we're not still in the final circle yet.
For a second, I thought that IND laid that onslaught on Seoul, and they will return the favor in kind. But yeah, that was the fight that took place elsewhere. Team IND with that wipe on Seoul down to two members. Snacks and Kratos are the last two guys standing. Again, their work is not over yet, because we do have Synergy coming in right behind them and joining the fight over here. Mumba, they lost bouncing just a little while ago, but now they have to be content with an onslaught from either side. Fnatic on one end, and I do believe Team Hype on the other. Gurkha is back in it. Gurkha is back in it, and he is going to be channeling that Io Gurkhali, as you said a few times, and he's going to be going in for the fight. He's got a knock already. I wonder if he's going to go and finish it. But remember, Fnatic is just on the other side of the rise towards the right of your screen right now, so he's got to be a little careful. And I do like the fact that, have a look at his picture. He kind of took off that cowboy hat, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. It's more like, the hats are off, boys. Hats are off. As you do see Kiki in the vehicle, and that's a target. That's a target, but he's going to keep getting off. But that vehicle being there, if that blows up, that could be quite a problem. And love this flank from Gurkha. He's going to go for the spray with the AK-47. Of course, he's going to get the knock on the Kiki. As another play gets knocked on for you and me. And Mumba looking really rough as Fnatic. Ash, he's going to blow up the car. And it's going to be Striker. Good night, sweet prince. You're out of here. And Scout is going to get another knock as well. He's destroying Team Pmpl, who have been struggling now. And I think they are pretty much out of the picture here. And it's going to be Team Pmpl getting eliminated in 13th position. No kills to their name. Fnatic, they keep all four alive as well.
Can I just point something out?
Please.
Fnatic with 11 kills to their names already. 11 double-digit kills already. Like I said, these boys, something is going right for them. They are just in the midst of all the action, knocking out people left, right, and center, raking up those kill points, and well, they are going to be a four-man squad, and they'll live to fight another day. Meanwhile, we are joining Onko over here, who blows up Bardusser, gets a knock, and Team Hype, Team Elementrix Extreme are going to be in a big problem over here. Vexy comes in, gets that kill, and with that, are we going to see another squad elimination? We do have Shifu from Deadeyes, who is still going to be lurking around. I beg your pardon, I really messed it up over there. I just got confused with a couple of numbers. That is Team Deadeyes guy, who were under fire right now. Vexy just making sure that he gets the job done, but he's got to be careful because INES is in the compound to his left, and he's got to be careful not to get shot from that direction. But look at the boys from Scout. They are making their fortress of metal right over here. Four-man standing, Vexy and Onko. Again, we've seen this duo do a lot of damage in the past. Yeah. Are they going to be able to repeat what they've shown us so far?
Of course they are. I mean, I've lost, like you said, I've lost count where Megastars have two players left alive. It's Vexy and someone. And they somehow get like a ridiculous number. Why are so many people driving around? It hurts me. It hurts me because they're getting shot at.
Man, the lockdown just got over.
True. That's a good one. And they're not even wearing masks, which is very, very bad, boys. But we do have TSM Entity. They are in such a good spot. Look at the amount of info they're getting, and they can just rattle off shots. Clutch got just spotting out Sirvi. He's not taking the shots yet. He's just scoping things up, playing recon at the moment. Anto from Orange Rock. All he has to do right now is try and stay alive. There's no point in him really going for the fights. But the problem for him is it's out in the open. He's in the grass. Now, I don't know if he's in the circle. It doesn't look like he's in the safe zone at the moment. Look at Clutch God. Look at the patience on Clutch God. He's just spotting people out, conveying information. They are mentally mapping out where everyone else is. As we're now going to be switching to the POV of Vexy. We're talking about Vexy, man. He might be in a 1v100. He doesn't care, as Jonathan is finally going to find SK49, and the bullets are starting to rain in thick and heavy. Vexy finds another knock, and Vexy finishes off Shadow, and he is just being quite a thorn indeed, isn't he? Deadeye's guy are gonna get knocked out. They at least get a couple of kills, but still a disappointing end to the guys.
Marcus Gaming making an exit too at the hands of Vexy, of course. This guy, like I said, that I mean, these two boys have shown us so much in the past. I'm sure they're going to continue that right now. But TSM Entity, they are in a good position. But if the zone does a little bit of a U-turn, which is done, they are going to have to leave their safe haven, make their way into the zone, which is where they're going to find opposition in the form of 2 or 3 teams, and they can't go back the stairs because they are going to take a lot of damage. So I wonder what the game plan is over there. Team IND trying to cut them off. I think Snacks might just be pictured out right now. If he gets spotted, he is going to be in a world of hurt. Clutch God and Neo are trying to cover the position, making sure that they get all the angles from the ground down below. But Jonathan, he might have to vault this ledge over here and get down. Neo with that grenade. Is it going to be a good one? It is a good one, and Kratos getting knocked down. That is going to push IND's Endeavor a little bit on the backside. They are going to have to move back. This is going to give TSM Entity enough chance right now to actually make the escape, which they do. And I do believe Jonathan will jump down. Meanwhile, HP from VSD. What a game they had in Miramar on day 4. They are just at the edge of the zone play, trying to inch their way in. But again, have a look at how close the teams are up front.
Yeah, they are indeed. They do have that edge, but this is the problem. Right? Look at the lay of the land. It's pretty much, apart from a few dips here and there, it's looking very rough. Now, Synergy have decided to make their home amongst that little fortress of chaos. Now, TSM, they have cover. They have the zone as well. Now, VSG Crawler is going to come crawling into the safe zone as Team Hype gets eliminated. And that's going to be a problem. As Ash, he's going to drop Synergy. They're taking a fight here. Our Fnatic, they're like, listen, we want more. We're hungry. We're looking for more. But they're done. They get wiped out. They get a little too overeager, unfortunately. And not just that, all 4 players of Synergy, they stay alive as Megastars are going to get knocked out on the 7th place. They, however, get 6 kills. As VSG Crawlers, they are in the circle. They are definitely in the circle at the moment, although CG has to make a little bit of haste as Clutch God's going to get a knock on his Sirvi. Sirvi still all 4 players very much alive. Z-God needs to go for the res. And TSM, they're in a pretty good spot at the moment here. In fact, all the teams are in a pretty good spot. So the moment we see VSG Crawlers crawling inside a safe zone, it's going to be interesting. But I say that CG, he knows that a couple of players in the distance, Synergy, are not exactly in a great spot, especially if their opponents have the high ground. But with the circle closing in, the high ground is going to be a non-factor.
I mean, Synergy, you can't count them out. I mean, these boys, we've been seeing Austin X and Ted right up there in the kill leaders, along with Strider. 9 kills to their names. They are a 2-man squad right now. One of them is knocked out. But Team IND is going to be a thorn on the side of TSM right now. Of course, these boys, we know that they have a lot of potential and they can actually do a lot of damage here. TSM Entity, they've got to fight the front, the fight on, 2 fronts right now. One behind, of course, and a multitude of enemies in the front as the drop comes by, which is going to be amazing for them if they can pick it up. But however, Snacks has been spotted and he gets eliminated by Jonathan. Jonathan, too quick on his reaction time over there. But I think INES Badrev is going on a bit of a domination. All 4 members alive for INES. This is quite a good outing for them. Z-God gets spotted out through the smoke, and Strider is going to make sure that he connects and dead. Of course, the teamwork by Synergy is something that is immaculate, and I love watching it. They get those quick knocks, quick finishes. TSM Entity now, 3-man squad with 4 kills to their names. Evo over here behind good cover, laying down lead in the direction of INES.
INES is doing a great job. They have 5 kills. and they have all 5 alive. They're the only team of all 4 players alive as well. The thing is, Fnatic they have 1 player, 2 players in the zone, and they're the only player in the only team in the safe zone at the moment. And considering they have a little bit of that toll booth for cover, this is looking pretty good for them. They have the road divider as well, just to like kind of prone and use for cover. So they're in a very good spot. The problem is for almost everyone else. Now, VSG crawlers, the moment they start pushing in, they're going to be easy. And Anto, wait, he's still there? He's still alive? Anto
that man is a survivor.
The man is a survivor. This is where he starts thinking Destiny's Child, but I don't think many people are going to get that reference. As Clutch got now, he's got to go for the move, and we take his name, and he unfortunately falls at the end there.
We got to stop doing that play. We have to stop doing that. And Kratos, I do believe he finds his maker. IND getting eliminated in the 5th position with 3 kills, down to the last 4 teams right now. The biggest surprise for me is INES. 6 kills, Synergy, 3-man squad with 10 kills, and Evil Eye gets a knock on CG. CG goes down. VSG crawlers are in a world of hurt, but they have some redemption coming in the form of TSM Energy, kind of saving them right now from that, inevitable knockout, because I do believe Neo got a knock on the member of INES. So again, have a look at how SGE are going to be placed in the circle right now. They have that central point, and talking about Evil Eye, he gets that knock. Squad wipe, VSG out of this game.
How don't they even have a single kill? That is just ludicrous. As a play zone's going to knock on Machine from INES, and they had all 4 players alive, but now they're just 1-1. As one player is on his knees at the moment, the nade is going to finish it off. INES, they go out, but they go out in style. 9 kills for them, 3rd place. It's going to come down to the finals. 3v3 XP is going to come down to TSM Entity and Fnatic.
Place your bets, place your bets. Actually, don't do that. We do not condone that over here right now. No betting allowed. However, we are down to the last 2.
Sorry, Synergy. Situation. My bad.
We all fumbled a little bit. It's all right. We're only human. We are excited covering this action for you guys, but we are down to 2 teams. 3v3. Synergy versus TSM Entity. And we know, oh boy, do we know that all these boys can put on a display and just run down their enemies. They're going to try and repeat this. And then Clutch God gets spotted down. And with that 6x spray, he is going to get knocked. That is going to be a big blow for TSM. However, like you mentioned earlier, Play, they have a lot of cover to work with. So it is going to be kind of, in their favor. But if I have a look at the zone, I can't really make out. I can.
Oh, yeah, they have to move. Neither are in the circle. They have to move. But the thing is, as Synergy have lesser cover than Fnatic do. Fnatic at least have like a couple of trees around on the left-hand side. This is hard. This is a very rough zone indeed. They have a couple of bushes, a little bit of an outcrop of rocks. You can clearly see, ladies and gentlemen, on the right-hand side. And Clutch God, he's got the res and he survived there. Well, very ballsy play indeed. And it's going to come down to, it's going to be a game of snakes and ladders. No ladders, though.
That's all you're going to hear right now. But again, let's see if somebody can actually channel. I'm trying to figure something out. I don't want to mess it up. I'm not going to say it right now. But anyway, this is going to be like a stalemate. Everyone knows what the enemy is. They're going to take it easy. They want to make sure they don't make any sudden moves. And of course, if you fire a bullet accidentally, giving away your position, you know how flash fire really plays into this. If something like that happens, this is when you need all your suppressors, but the zone is going to be pressuring them to move in. And if you see a spot, ahead, and he gets that spot, he goes down. I believed Neo would have been knocked out earlier. He does get knocked out. Jonathan returns with his knock on Austin. It is going to be a 2v1 situation. Strider and Ted versus. Wait a second. Something just happened. Was that a shot or was that the zone coming in? Because TSM go out in second position. Play, talk about consistency.
Separate Orange Rock and TSM Entity. And we're wondering, is that rock ever gonna budge? Is that rock ever gonna move? And TSM Entity is like, you know what? Hold my lussie. I'm gonna take this one down. As Godlike's still there though. They're catching up 4-11, but they haven't done much yet because they did not play this game or the next few games for the day. Only going to be playing the final game. Synergy on 363. Now they're going to be trying to claw their way up. They have managed to leapfrog over Megastars. They have 3 more games to play today, and with that, they potentially, if they play like this, potentially fixes, we could see them jump over Godlike and place themselves in the top 3.
Now, actually, everything really makes sense. We had seen Synergy going for those high frag games all the time, maintaining that kill going on every time they played. So now, when things have gotten really serious in the last week, they finally stepped up. They're going for those position points and again adding those kill points. It shows how confident they are.
I just want to point out as well. I do believe Entity hit 200 kills.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
that is just this disgusting. Like I don't even know what to say. Like how have they just like we were talking